So before that, before entering into session, I will brief myself. Myself Naveen Gudapati, working as a senior software engineer in one of the multinational companies, as well as Realtime Java trainer from past 4 years onwards. Up to now, we train nearly 20 batches, and yours is the 21st batch if I start. And we train nearly 400 plus students from USA, the people who are doing masters there, and the people who are already working in industry. We used to teach those people. Generally, as I'm working for one of the bank, we used to give more and more banking domain applications as examples. We go with more and more banking applications as examples. We used to go everything in a real-time manner. That is our training passion. And not only a training, we used to do some freelancer projects, and we used to take proxies for students. Like we are who are in marketing in USA and Australia and across the world, not only from Australia and USA. Basically, we used to get more and more students from USA and Australia generally, and we collaborated with various consultancies across the world, like Teach Tree, NetOrbit, Advance of different consultancies, not only one or two. So we are providing job support as well for some students, like as you people are going to put nearly 5 to 6 plus years as experience in order to enter into industry. So some people expect job support as well. We used to give job support also. So that is about some introduction. So this is the content what we are going to discuss in our sessions, like generally like from Soumya I got one message, Vijaya.
Okay.
I can't join that now.
Okay, sir, no problem. You'll provide the recording, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
So this is the content what we are going to discuss generally, like Java means it's not like a small thing, like it includes so many things, as it's like ocean kind of thing. And whatever the latest tools coming today, like so many tools are coming, Salesforce, Hadoop, Selenium, whatever the tools are coming, the background was Java only. That is the greatness of Java. Without Java, you can't able to work with any latest tools as well. So first, Java is basic to learn in order to work with any tools, latest tools. Okay. So in Java, what we used to discuss, first we used to discuss core Java. Core Java in the sense it's basics of Java. All basics of Java will be, we are going to discuss in this core Java topic. Core Java means like how alphabets will be very basic to learn English. In Java, core Java is core Java is having all basics. Okay, so core Java is all basics. So based on this all basics, we are going to implement real-time applications in this J2EE. J2EE means it includes three. Open notepad. J2EE is like advanced Java kind of thing. So it's a combination of JDBC plus servlets plus JSP, both three, servlets plus JSP. JDBC is one different one, and servlets is one different one, servlets is one different one, and JSP is different one. Okay, these are advanced technologies, not basics kind of thing. These are advanced technologies. Based on these advanced technologies, we are going to develop some real-time applications. Okay, that we are going to cover under J2EE. Okay, core Java means only basics, what is like some very basics of Java, like oops concepts and exception handling techniques. And we'll give you that content what we are going to cover in core Java. We'll give you that content later. Core Java means basics. For timing, core Java means basics, and J2EE means it's little bit advanced technologies. And nowadays in real time people are using frameworks, not this J2EE technologies, not this basics. In real time, if you enter into a real time, you have to work with latest frameworks. So in order to learn frameworks, first you have to know these two. Without these two, you can't able to learn frameworks. Frameworks are very important. If you enter into industry, first you have to learn frameworks only. And moreover, in USA, in marketing, you people are going to put at least 5 plus years of experience. Am I right or not? You are going to put at least 5+ years of experience. Am I right, friends?
Yeah.
So with 5+ years of experience, with this with this core Java and J2W, it's very impossible to enter into industry, and it is very impossible to work in industry. If you are entering into industry in Java domain, in the sense, definitely you need to learn frameworks in a real-time manner, not like theoreticals or not like practicals. You have to learn each and everything in a real-time manner. Then you can your work will be very easy. Then you can able to work easily in real time, and people will get you like he's a really experienced guy. So if you want to do like that, definitely you have to learn frameworks also. So frameworks, we have 4 frameworks, very latest frameworks in Java technology: Struts, JSF, Spring, and Hibernate. Struts, JSF, and Spring are front-end frameworks. Struts, JSF, Spring are front-end frameworks. Like if you open, like if you see any web application nowadays, all are web applications only, right? So in all web applications, the front-end part will be available in the Struts, JSF, and Spring. Okay, but backend in the sense interaction with the database, like storing data into database, getting data from database, calling different procedures and functions. All these things we are going to do using Hibernate. Hibernate is the backend framework. Hibernate is the backend framework, and whereas coming to Struts, JSF, Spring are front-end frameworks. Like some in some companies people will use Struts, and some companies will use Spring as the framework, and some companies will use JSF. But backend Hibernate is mandatory. Everyone will use Hibernate only. No alternate for Hibernate. But front-end framework alternate is there. Either some people are using Struts, some people are using JSF, some people are using Spring. But nowadays market is there for Spring. Among these three, to learn any one framework, you can able to work with other two easily. No need to learn entire three. Anything is enough. But nowadays people choose Spring only because Spring is famous now. People are using Spring more and more. Even if you enter into market, you are going to like you can able to see in JD. Spring is the most popular one. You have to learn Spring must and should, and Hibernate is must and should. Okay, these are the 4 frameworks what you have to learn must and should. Okay, and then design patterns, friends. Design patterns in the sense what we are going to cover in this design patterns. Generally this design patterns outside people will not teach. General real-time people only will teach these design patterns. Design patterns in the sense in real time we are going to face some regular issues and problems. We are going to face some problems regularly. So in real time, people have given best solutions for those problems. Best solutions. So those solutions are called as design patterns. Those solutions are called as design patterns. In these design patterns, what we are going to cover, like if you enter into industry, some regular, like some problems you are going to face regularly. Like not only so many Java developers are going to work out, right? So many senior people are there already in the industry. So some people has already given best solutions for specific problems, whatever you are going to face regularly. So that specific issue, like that specific solutions, best solutions we are going to discuss, we are going to cover in these design patterns. Okay, these design patterns you people have to know must and should, because while you are going to enter into industry as 5+ years, 5+ years of experienced guy, definitely you need to know all these things in a real time manner. Am I right or not? You are not a fresher, right? You are entering in the industry with 5+ years of experience. Am I right or not, guys? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Naveen.
sir. Yeah,
Right.
it's
So
audible.
if you want to enter into industry as a experienced guy, you have to know these design patterns as well. Okay, that is what I mean to say. And then after completion of Spring, what we are going to do, we are going to give one big application by integrating, like it looks like totally like real time. This application looks like totally real time application. We are going to integrate this Hibernate, and we are going to integrate this Spring, and we are going to use so many concepts, core Java concepts and JWW concepts in that application, and we are going to share one big application at the end. not only these things, generally we are providing some better solutions to students in marketing, like, while we are in marketing, we are going to get so many JDs, right? So we are giving some solutions for, your interview. Then, like, at the middle of any topic, generally we used to give important interview questions, what people will ask you in interviews, that type of questions, and that type of topics we will cover more and more. What I mean to say was, with concepts we used to go more and more with real time. That is our passion. We used to teach everything in real time. Not, we did not go blindly, and we didn't go just with the theoretical parts. We are going to give more and more real time examples. Okay, already examples were designed for previous 20 batches. Like, like currently 20th batch is going on. 20th batch is going on. Yes, 20th batch is going on now. Ours is the 21st batch if I start. So coming to content, will explain you the content what I'm going to discuss. So topics, these are the topics what I'm going to cover. But in core Java, what I'm going to discuss, and in J2W, what I'm going to discuss, will each and everything will explain you clearly. So we'll open my content first. This document I already shared to you people, I think. Am I right, friends?
No, sir, I don't hear the documentation.
You didn't yet?
Uh,
Ashok, you didn't yet? I already sent to
uh,
you. Okay. I think I didn't send to you. Like, yes, I didn't send to you. But for rest of the people, I already sent this document. Am I right or not, friends?
Yeah, we have it.
Yes. So this is the content what we are going to cover in our sessions, like core Java, J2W, Struts, JSF, Spring, Hibernate, design patterns, and application development. So coming to core Java, first introduction, as some of you people came from other backgrounds, like you don't know even basics of computer. Some of you people, because some of the you people are came from electrical background and mechanical background. So first I go with very basics of Java, like what is a software and what is a programming language, what is the need of a programming language, and why this Java came into picture, and why this Java is this much famous today. Like we have so many programming languages at outside, but still Java is this much famous today. You can't believe, friends, nearly 10,000 billion devices are working under Java. Just imagine yourself, like 10,000 billion devices are working under Java technology. So if you imagine without Java, most of the web applications and most of the apps we can't able to see. Whatever, especially if you are, if you refer any banking domain or insurance domain or healthcare domain, 99% people will use Java as the technology, because so many reasons are there. Those reasons will tell you one by one later. Okay, but I can say clearly, out of 100, 85% of web applications are working under Java technology only. Even openings also, if you see, coming to other technologies, if you have 20 openings, for Java you can able to see 80 openings. That is the greatness of Java. As it is a huge one, as it is like a ocean, but we have lot of scope, to well settle in industry. That is what I mean to say. Okay. Yes, we go with very basics of Java technology, like Java history and differences between Java and other programming languages, and the need of Java other, like rather than other programming language, why Java is famous, this much famous today, and the features of Java technology. And in real time, while developing the code, people are following some standards. That standards will tell you first. Before giving my first program, before giving my first program structure, I will give you the real-time standards. Like if you want to create any variable, what is the industry people are what is the standard people are following? Some coding standards we are following, some naming conventions we are following in real time. So those naming conventions and coding standards will tell you first in introduction classes. Okay, later we'll go with some real-time programming format. In real time, people are following some format to write any program. Okay, so Java, using Java, we are going to develop so many applications, right? So many programs, like program we are going to write. So what is the real-time structure to write any program? That real-time structure will explain you first. After that, very basics, like what is a variable and what are the various keywords and what is operator, what are the various data types. These are very simple. You people already know all these things. Most of these concepts you people already know, I think. Like you can able to get these topics in C and some other programming language as well. Okay, and then I'm going to give various steps towards Java application development. Like what are the steps you have to follow to write a small Java application. That steps will tell you first, and after that we'll install Java in your PCs, and then we'll give my first Java program. That means before giving my first Java program, these many things I have to discuss. Why I have to discuss, why I have to discuss these many things, some of you people came from non-IT background. You don't know anything on this programming language. So first I have to make you the, I want to give the importance of programming language, and I want to give the importance of Java among these programming languages. Then I will enter into entire exact Java. Okay, so after that, after completion of my first Java application, we'll go with whoops. This is the most important concept, and if I complete whoops, nearly 70% of core Java was completed. 70% of core Java was completed. That is the greatest of whoops. This whoops is the very basic one. All basics of Java will be available in this whoops concept only. And if you go with the latest tools like Selenium, Salesforce, and Hadoop, all these tools. First, you have to know whoops. Without whoops, you can't able to work with any latest tools. Okay. So this whoops is the mandatory to learn. Without this whoops, you can't able to work with Java technology. All basics are available in this whoops only. So in this whoops, what I'm going to discuss, very introductions, what is this whoops, what are the various whoops principles, what is object, what are the various containers, so many concepts, friends. Various class, what is a class, what is a method, what are the various types of methods. Generally, if I discuss some concept in this particular whoops, in the sense for regarding that concept, we'll go with real-time example. If I tell something about class, how this class will be useful in real time, will tell you first, and how this class will be useful in real time, that practical example will give you. Okay, we don't just go with what is class and class syntax and some example theoretical example. We don't go like that. We used to teach everything in a real time manner. That is our training fashion. So you can able to get it clearly after completion of 1 or 2 sessions. And what is method we'll discuss, what is the main method, so many concepts: constructors, objects, instance context, and this keyword, static keyword, and the final keyword, enum keyword, inheritance is the one of the OOPS principle, regularly used concept in real time, and super keyword, polymorphism, abstraction, interface. And after that, after completion of whoops, what we are going to do, we'll give some real-time best examples using various whoops concepts. Like these are some whoops concepts, right? So using these whoops concepts, we'll try to give one real-time example. Real-time example for each and every concept. We'll give you the example, but by combining all these things, we'll give you one more example at the end. At the end of whoops, that is our format, course form, content format. And then packages, it's a small concept, and string manipulations, it's also a small concept, and then exception handling, friends. Java is this much famous today. This is one of the reason. Generally, if you go with C and C++, if you get any error, you can't able to resolve there itself. You have to go with code and you have to do so many things. But in Java, you can able to handle the exceptions easily. Even though exception came, rest of the program will be executed successfully. But in C, it's not possible. If you get any error, rest of the program will be stopped to execute. It's not going to work out. Everything will be collapsed. But coming to Java, it's not like that. If you get any exception, there itself you can handle, and remaining part of code will be going on peacefully. That means, abnormal termination is not going to happen in Java technology. That is the greatness of Java. Got it, everyone, up to it? Hello?
Yeah, Naveen, go.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Got it right? After completion of exception handling, one more small concept is that is wrapper classes, and then multi-threading we are going to discuss. In it is also one of the biggest, useful topic in real time. And then IO streams. IO streams will be used to upload files and download files. All these things we can able to do using IO streams. We'll discuss each and every topic clearly later. And the collections framework. This is very important concept in core Java. Why Java is this much famous today? One of the reason is this collections framework. One of the reason was this collections framework. This I have to go with more and more real-time examples. Okay, this collections framework is very important, and we'll discuss this collections framework as well. And with this, if collections framework was completed, then our entire core Java was completed. So after completion of entire core Java, we'll give some real-time real-time best practices on core Java. Even while I'm talking about the specific concept itself, there itself I'm going to give real-time practices and real-time standards. But at the end, we'll give you anything anything we miss at the middle, or anything new to the real time, like any new standards in real time. Those standards will introduce after completion of core Java. So this is the core Java content, friends. This is core Java content. Hope you got it clearly. Hope everyone got it. Hello, Ashok, can you mute yourself? I am getting some disturbance from your side. Can you mute?
Sorry.
Yes. Yes, guys. This is the content what we are going to discuss in core Java, and later we'll go with J2W technologies. J2W in the sense, as I said, J2W is a combination of three: JDBC, servlets, and JSP. JDBC general, what is the issues of JDBC and what is the issues of servlets, what is the issues of JSP, will tell you clearly later. But J2W means it's a combination of three: JDBC, servlets, and JSP. So what we are going to discuss in this JDBC, JDBC in the sense, your Java application is different and database is completely different. Database like Oracle, MySQL, whatever it may be, database is completely different one, and the Java is completely different one. If you want to interact with the database from your Java application, then this JDBC technology will be useful. Java Database Connection. JDBC stands for Java Database Connection. So you are going to connect with the database from your Java application using this particular technology. That we are going to various ways are there to interact with the database. All those things will cover under this JDBC content. And then servlets. So this servlets is very important concept, friends. As you can see, most of the applications are out of 100, 99.99% all applications are web applications only, right? Am I right or not, friends? You are going to use so many web applications in the internet. Am I right or not?
Yeah.
All are web applications only. No desktop applications in nowadays. Am I right or not, friends? So, in order to design any web application using Java technologies, that you can able to do using servlets only. Servlets is the basic thing to develop any web application. Okay, so what are the best practices in servlets? What is the I have done some what I can say. I have done some research on servlets up to 2 to 3 months. I have done my own research on servlets. I have my own specific my own life cycle on servlets. So I will share you all those content clearly. While we are going with servlets clearly. Okay, I have a some specific research part on the servlets. We'll share you that later. Okay, servlets means using this particular technology we are going to develop web applications. basically web applications, we can with this serverless technology. Okay, so what I said, you can see this after J2W technologies, these frameworks came into picture, as I said previously, right? So in order to design any web application using the Struts or JSF or Spring, these three are developed under servlets only, friends. Internally servlet is going to call. So what I mean to say was, if you want to work with these three, or if you want to learn these three, first you have to learn this. First, if you learn this, then only you can able to learn Spring or JSF or Struts as front-end framework. These three are front-end frameworks. This is back-end framework. Back-end means like JDBC. So using this, we'll tell you that clearly later. So what I mean to say was, this servlets is very basic to work with web applications, like how alphabets are very how alphabets are very basic to learn English. Similarly, if you want to work with any web application, servlets is the basic one. That is what I mean to say. And then JSP generally we used to do view part, UI part. We'll show you that practically. Like generally I'm working with this particular application. In live itself I will show you www.icicibank.com. So generally I'm working for one of this ICICI bank. So this UI part is there, right? This UI part, this particular one, this colors, all these things, UI part, all these things generally we are going to write under this JSP pages. JSP pages. Okay. So that's all about JSP, like various actions, various tags are there. We'll tell you each and everything clearly later. So with this J2W was completed, friends. With this J2W was completed. And then you have to choose among these three, you have to choose at least one framework. Generally people are choosing Spring mostly, and previously I used to teach Struts more and more. JSF generally very less people, very less market for JSF, but people are using more and more Spring and Struts, and nowadays people are using Spring more and more. Okay, you have to learn Spring. So coming to Java frameworks, these four are called as frameworks. Struts, JSF, Spring, and Hibernate these are called as frameworks. Okay. Coming to frameworks, first what is the need of a framework will tell you, and then coming to Struts, this is the content what we are going to discuss. Go with each and every every subtopic clearly. So this is the content what we are going to discuss in Struts. Struts basically having two versions, friends. Struts 1.x and Struts 2.x. 1.x in the sense 1.0 version, and 2.x means 2.0 version. 1.0 version is different and 2.0 version is different. So in Struts, both the versions I am going to teach. But at outside people, if you go with the outside people, will teach only 1.x version. People will skip 2.x version. But 1.x is totally different and 2.x is totally different. If you learn Struts in the sense, both the versions you have to use, you have to learn. Okay. So that this is the content what we are going to discuss. After completion of entire Struts, will give you the best real-time practices in Struts and real-time application by integrating Struts and Hibernate. We are going to give you that. And then Hibernate. This is very important framework, friends. You have to learn this very clearly. And it's a backend framework. This Hibernate is there, right? This Hibernate is alternate for this JDBC. What is the usage of JDBC? Just now I said, right? What is the usage of JDBC in J2W technology? Anybody please?
Java database connection.
Yeah, what is the importance of the JDBC technology?
Connection between Java and the database.
Yes, great. If you want to interact with the database from your Java application, you need that technology, JDBC, as I said previously. But with this JDBC, we have so many disadvantages. Even with JDBC also, you can able to connect database successfully. You can able to do all the operations successfully. But performance-wise, you are going to get so many problems. So to overcome those problems, this Hibernate came into picture. This Hibernate is the latest framework in industry, and people will use this Hibernate more and more. And even in marketing also, if you get any JD on Java, definitely this Hibernate is the mandatory thing. They will put you this as mandatory. Definitely you can able to see. So in Hibernate, each and everything will go like with real-time examples. I already developed some real-time best examples using this Hibernate, like very introduction of Hibernate. What is the what are the various resources need to develop, and the Hibernate architecture. Like what are the various ways to interact with the database from your Hibernate, and the flow of execution of your Hibernate application. Like various algorithms in Hibernate, like lot of content I shared, friends. This lot of content generally people will not share you. Definitely I can say, I am going to share lot of content in this Hibernate because it's a very important framework. I'm going to share lot of content on this Hibernate in a real time manner, and in interview manner as well. Okay. So each and every topic, if I tell like, right now itself, like if I say something about relations, you people are going to confuse. So at the time of Hibernate itself, I have to speak something about these relations and various subtopics. Okay. So this is the content what I'm going to discuss in Hibernate. And after completion of Hibernate, real-time applications by integrating Hibernate and Spring we are going to discuss. Any web framework and real-time best practices on Hibernate we'll discuss. Okay. And coming to Spring, I think I didn't like it was available in some other document. You can see it here. Spring. In Spring, this is what we are going to discuss. This is Struts. You can able to see it here. Struts, Java framework Struts, and Struts 2.x version, friends. This is the latest content document. Struts 2.x. 1.x is different and 2.x is different, as I said previously. And Hibernate, in Hibernate, this is the content what we are going to discuss. Hibernate, this is the content, and real-time applications by integrating Hibernate and any web framework, whatever you choose. Generally, we are going to integrate this Hibernate with Spring, and real-time best practices in Hibernate will share you. And then Spring, friends. Spring is the very important framework in nowadays. Like now the market is going on with Spring framework, and Spring is having different modules, friends. IOC is one of the module, and ORM is one of the module, and MVC is one of the module. Like MVC is the one of the real-time design pattern. We'll tell you the design pattern later. Model view control. Like .NET people also having this MVC. This MVC architecture. .NET people also following the same architecture. So in this Spring, three modules I am going to discuss. First one is IOC. IOC in the sense, generally IOC will be used as service layer in real time. How it will be useful in real time will tell you clearly later. Each and everything will introduce later. And Spring ORM, friends. Spring ORM in the sense, this Spring I am going to integrate with Hibernate. Spring I am going to integrate with Hibernate for backend process. Okay, and all like your web application front end part is there, right? Front end look and feel and everything will be available in the Spring MVC module. Spring MVC module will be at front end and Spring ORM at back end, and this Spring IOC will be useful at the middle layer in real time. Like we are going to combine these three modules and we are going to develop one big real time application at the end of course, according to real time standards and real time practices and real time scenarios. Okay, how to combine these three modules, and we'll share you one best example. That is what I like you can able to see here. Integration of Spring IOC, Spring ORM and Spring MVC, and real-time applications and best practices using Spring we are going to discuss now later. And JSF, this is one of the framework. I have some experience on JSF as well, but people are not using this JSF at our side. It's a little bit old framework. Generally people will use this JSF for good look and feel, better look and feel. This JSF will be useful, but this JSF generally people are not using in real time. And IDE and all applications I am going to develop using Eclipse IDE. This is the IDE generally people will use in real time, so I go with Eclipse as the IDE. And then servers, I will introduce Tomcat as one of the server for web applications, and WebLogic is one of the server. And the database I am going to take Oracle as the database, and real-time applications, best practices and standards, and some mini projects using Servlets, JSP and JDBC, like JTW technologies, and design patterns, friends. What is the meaning of design pattern? As I said previously, what is the meaning of design pattern? Anybody please? Hello? Hello?
Design pattern.
Yeah, what's the usage of this design patterns, as I said previously?
It's real time
Yes, real-time best solutions for the specific
solution for real
problems.
time.
Am I right? So
Yeah.
those design patterns actually will try to introduce at the middle of frameworks itself. When I'm talking something about Spring, at the middle itself will introduce some design patterns, whatever useful in real time. Okay? And then after completion of design patterns and everything, will give you some very important interview questions and answers. All these things at the middle of sessions itself will tell you this specific interview questions and answers. Okay, this topic. So this is the content what we are going to discuss, friends. This is the latest one. I think I opened some old one previous. Yeah, this is the latest. This is the content what we are going to discuss. Any queries in content? Anybody? Any queries? Hello?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Any,
no, sir.
any queries up here?
No.
So this is the content what we are going to discuss, friends. Yes. I'll show you one more time. Core Java. And then J2W technologies like JDBC first and Servlet second and JSP third, and then frameworks, Struts 1.x framework and 2.x framework and Hibernate framework. No need to learn all frameworks, friends. Don't confuse. No need to learn all these frameworks. Among these three, one is enough, but this is mandatory. No alternate for Hibernate, but among these three, you have to learn one. That is enough. Spring, JSF, and IDEs, Eclipse, and server Stormcat and WebLogic, and database Oracle. And Oracle basic queries will give you, like what are the basic queries and the basic procedures and functions will introduce. Okay. So this is the content what I am going to discuss, and for today I am going to open one new folder for you people, as yours is the 21st batch. We'll open 21st batch. Getting some error. Yes. So before today I am going to give very some little bit basics. So what is this Java, and what is the usage of programming language, what is the usage of the software, very basics will go today, like we'll give you very basics today. So basics of Java. First I'm going to talk something about software, friends. Software means nothing great, in order to decrease human efforts, the software came into picture. Just imagine if you don't have any ATMs. So what's the situation? If you don't have this net bankings, and if you don't have any this web applications, what's the situation in banks? People have to sit in front of bank up to 1 day or 2 days in order to do any small transaction. If you want to deposit money, if you don't have any software with bank don't have any software, you have to sit in front of bank up to 2 to 3 days in order to do any small transaction. Am I right or not, friends? Just imagine your life without software nowadays. Software means, what is the main use of software? It decreases the human effort. Am I right or not? Like if you don't have software, you have to do that work by taking nearly 2 to 3 days of time. But if you have a software, you can able to finish same work within fraction of seconds. That is the greatness of software. The main motto of software was very simple. It decreases the human efforts. That is the greatness of software. But in order to design this software, in order to develop this software, we need any programming language. What is the usage of this programming language, friends? What is the usage of programming language? Hello? Hello, Vijay, are you getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the usage of programming language?
Hello.
Yes, I can able to hear you. What's the usage of programming language? So first, what's the importance
To
of
develop
software?
any software
Yes. What's the usage of software first?
to decrease the human efforts.
Yes, it decreases the human effort. But in order to design this software or not, in order to develop this software, you need any programming language. To develop any software, this will be useful. Okay, but we have so many programming languages at outside market, like some examples I'm telling you here. C is one of the programming language, and C++ is one of the programming language, and PHP is one of the programming language, and .NET is one of the programming language, and Java is one of the programming language. With so many programming languages are there. Some basic programming language I wrote here: C, C++, PHP, .NET, Java. All these are some programming languages, friends. All these are some programming languages. Okay. So among these programming languages, we are going to deal with Java. First. Okay, so before entering into this Java, I'm going to give some basic differences between this Java and other programming languages. We'll tell you those differences first. Okay, yes, differences between Java and others like C. For suppose C language, Java and C. Okay, so with these differences we'll wind up the session. So what are the differences between this Java and C language? Difference between everything. Is it audible, everyone?
Yeah, it's audible now.
Yes.
It's audible, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what are the differences between this Java and C language? C is platform dependent programming language, friends. What is this platform dependent? We'll tell you clearly in my next session. Okay. C is platform dependent, but Java is platform independent technology. Java is platform independent technology. We'll tell you now itself. So what is platform dependency? What is platform independency? If you develop your application using C programming language, what happens? While developing, you have to work with any operating system, right? Your system has to be you have to install any operating system in your mission. In that mission, you have to work. You have to develop your application. So if you develop your C application in Windows environment, this is my C application. So if you develop this C application in Windows environment, That means operating platform in the sense operating system. Windows operating system. What happens, this application will run on only Windows machine. This will work on only Windows machine. Windows. This is Windows operating system. This is some other operating system like Linux. This is Solaris. This is Unix. So it will so this is Windows environment, and this is Linux environment, and this is Solaris environment, and this is Unix environment. Okay, so these are various operating systems, these are various platforms. What I mean to say was, if you develop your C application in Windows operating system, it will work in only Windows operating system, work successfully. No problem with Windows operating system, but it is not going to work with other operating systems. For Linux, it's not going to work out. For Solaris, it's not going to work out. For Unix, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. We'll give you one real-time example. Not work out. Not work out. And not work out. So observe friends, if I develop my web application, for suppose ICICI net banking application is there. This net banking application, if I develop using C language in Windows environment, it will work with only Windows environment. But customers will use any type of operating system. Some customers will use Windows, some customers will use Mac related OS, some customers will use Linux, some customers will use Unix. We don't know. We don't know what operating system people are using.